Hi everybody. This video is for October 17th, and I say it that way because it's no longer October 17th because, because I had a friend over working on another project and we ended up talking, and it's like 3 a.m., which if you know me, you know how crazy that is that I have not slept. Yep, here we are. Today was a really good day though. It was just beautiful. So the first thing I did today was I went out with a friend of mine, Amber, to go just tell people about Jesus, and we got to catch up and talk, and it was really good. Evangelism is something that our pastor talks about a lot, and I was really challenged with it because I, for years, have not evangelized or told anybody about Jesus explicitly. You know, I was in my little Christian bubble, and yeah, I was a lazy Christian in a lot of ways, but evangelism was one of them. And the more pastor taught about how evangelism is a command of God. Before Christ ascended back into heaven, he said, tell the whole world about me, you know, places near, places far, everywhere, right? And not doing that is just disobedience. So yeah, Amber, I love Amber. I'm gonna do a whole post about Amber one day because I'm grateful that one day she was like, let's just go to tell people about Jesus. It was like, this is what we're gonna do. And I was like, yes, let's. But it's like a muscle, you know, you got to keep working it. And if I get lazy or if I fall off like I did recently, getting back up, for me, it was a little bit more of a challenge today than it was like the last time we went, but it was still good. And yeah, it was really good. And then we just got to chat a little bit about what's going on in our lives. And that was really nice too. And then I did come back. I got some things done at the house because I knew we were going to be working on that project. And then I went with a friend of mine to Sandy Cove. I mentioned that yesterday we were supposed to go and we ended up not going. But we went today and it was so beautiful. I mean, so yesterday it rained and the weather report was like, oh, off and on rain. So we were like, should we go? Should we not go? And we ended up not going. And I'm glad we didn't go because it rained harder and because today was just so wonderful. We got there and it was beautiful. There weren't a whole lot of people. They're socially distancing. People were wearing masks, but we were outside most of the time. And so we really didn't see a whole lot of people, but we were able to spread out more. And we sat on these Adirondack chairs on the hill outside the main building, and just sat. We read. We sat inside and talked a little bit. What else did we do? Oh, we went to the gift shop. So I actually want to do a whole post on Sandy Cove. I'll probably do that maybe in this October 18th vlog. But yeah, it was just really cool. It was cool to be there with her, and it was great to just kind of be able to enjoy that space and time and get away. I need to do more of that. Yeah, it was just really fun. It was fun. We had a good conversation. I've been reading this book. Oh, where is it? Sorry, things are a little bit disarray in my room right now because of the project we were working on, but I'll tell you about the book another time too. I have been working on a list of things to talk about, list of topics to discuss as I'm coming back, just so I'm not getting on here every day and telling you just about my day. Not that I would have a problem with it, but you may want something different. So yeah, I'll talk about the books I'm working on now. Some of them you've seen before. They were books I was working on months ago, and some of them are new. So we'll talk about that another time too, and I'll talk about Sandy Cove another time. But yeah, it was just a really beautiful experience, and I had there's a video I want to show you from Sandy Cove that I was really excited about. Nobody else may care, that's fine, but I was really excited about it, so I'm going to share that with you too. If you follow me on Instagram, you have already seen the first part of it, but I'm going to wait to post the second part until I put it in this video tomorrow. So I think I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, so we got back from Sandy Cove and we had a really good conversation. We were listening to our pastor's message from the previous Sunday on the ride back, and then just talking about our lives, about the Lord, about what we're learning and being challenged by and encouraged in. And it was really good. It was really good. Like I said, I think I said this before, that for me, it doesn't really matter like what we're doing, as long as it's like quality people around. We can do whatever. We can sit and read for hours on a hill, you know? And then I came home, hung out with my housemates for a little bit, and then a friend of ours came over and we worked on a project. And that was like, I think they came over at like 11. No, that can't be right. Maybe like 10:30. 10 or 10:30 they came over. And it's 3:13. And when I tell you we finished talking like 20 minutes ago. And so we did a taping, but before and after we were talking, and it's just so interesting, like just learning who God has called me to be, learning the boundaries of that, operating more wisdom than I used to, caring about operating in wisdom when I didn't. I used to be very reckless. Yeah, I'm appreciative of this season. It's has its challenges for sure, but I am grateful anytime I can look back and be like, Lord, you really have brought me from some stuff. But yeah, so that was really good. We got to work on that and just had good conversations and even learning each other. Like, I don't ever want to take people for granted. I think this whole COVID thing really helped teach me that, because it was a reminder that people die every single day. You know, like they do. That's a fact of life. And I don't want to wait until the people in my life have died to appreciate them or to show them that I appreciate them, and to really live a life of gratitude. Like when I tell you I'm grateful for the people that God has put in my life, I don't know how else to say it, you know. But I would much rather show it, because it does no good if I know it and they don't, you know. But I do try to and I really try to be very I don't just say stuff just to say it. If I tell you I love you and I'm looking forward to seeing you, or it's good to see, I mean it. I mean, I'm genuinely excited to see you. Like, it brightens my day. I think, you know, I just love people. Yeah. So anyway, I was just saying that I'm grateful for the people in my life. That's that. And yeah, we had good conversations. And in those conversations, I learned more about myself, right? Things I need to grow in, my communication style, things like that. Like, that's such an important part of spending time with other believers. You know, it's a safe place for people safe meaning and this is important to define this idea of safe. A safe space to me is not one where I can just say whatever with no consequences or judgment. A safe space for a believer is where I can say something and it's going to be measured by God's word and his standard. A safe space for me is one where the people in my life are like, okay, you may feel that way, but this is what the word says. And I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that because I do not have it all together. I don't have all the answers. I know more than I used to, but I also know that there's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. And I'm grateful for more opportunities to learn, but I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? We're all still learning and growing. So I'm grateful for times where I can get rubbed the wrong way, or we can disagree, or part of my humanity that I would rather not show ends up showing, because these are areas that we can work on. You know, these are areas that we can surrender to God and trust him to help us mature in. So anyway, I had a really, really cool day. With so many new things going on, so many new projects and businesses. I need to really get back to a more structured outline for my day, and really my week, because so much is going on and I want to keep track of things, and I don't want to let anything fall by the wayside. You know, I really believe that this is a season where the Lord is moving me into some different things, some things that I would have been afraid of and was afraid of in another season. And I don't want to give fear any room to come back in, and I don't want to give any room for disobedience to come back in by belaboring what God has given me to do. I don't want to miss God's timing. You know, there are times I've been going ahead of God's timing, not stopping and asking or praying or getting counsel. And then there's been times I've been lagging behind because of fear and insecurity. Like, you're just second guessing. Like, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do, and, you know, whatever. But those are old seasons. And now I just want to do things right. I just want to do things God's way. We still have to remind ourselves who we are and adjust our lives, our emotions, all that stuff accordingly. You know, like, I don't just run around and do what I want. And I think that's the thing. I talked about freedom, like deconstructing our natural view of freedom, and like having a biblical view of freedom, where it's not about just whatever whim comes in your mind, whatever thought, whatever desire just comes across your brain, you have to do, and you just chase that thing. But knowing who God created you to be, knowing that He is good and loves you and has a purpose for your life, and being authentically and fully that, no more, no less, and being excited about that. Like, God's limitless, right? So you get to explore the different parts of who He made you, the different gifts He's given you, and just see, you know, like, anyway. These are things I'm still learning. I'm still fighting for freedom. And we'll talk about that another time too, I think, just in terms of what that looks like, what that's been like to, just pursue freedom differently, to be aware of the things that kept me from freedom and kept me locked in the box. And then, you know, the process of like peeking out the box and then kicking down the box, at least one wall, right? But there's still room to grow, but I don't want to lag behind. Anyway, this video's getting long, but that's it. Thank you for watching. I checked today and there were like, it doesn't matter. There were like 14 views on this video, not this one, but the one before it. And my friends saw me like uploading or checking something on YouTube, and I noticed that it was at 14. I was like, oh my gosh, people watched it. Now let me tell you something. If that's somebody's grandma watching this video 14 times, hi grandma, welcome. Because again, like, I hope these videos encourage you. I hope they show a glimpse of what it is to love and be loved by God. Yeah, God is good and He loves us. And just like, I don't mean to like dumb it down to like a natural relationship, but sometimes that's people's frame of reference, right? So in the same way that it just feels incredible to have somebody who you love and who loves you back, that kind of relationship, and the excitement, like all the more so with God, because He created the world. He can do whatever. He could have created anybody, and He made you. And then the fact that He knows your flaws, He knows everything wrong with you, every mistake you've made, every mistake you will make, and it's still like, yo, but I love you. Like, come what may. Like, I love you. I think that's dope. I'll never not think that's amazing, because I know me. I know mistakes I've made, and I know things that I would not want to forgive. I'm working on that. We'll talk about that later. But things that I would be like, oh, okay, it would taint my love a little, because I'm not perfect and I'm still growing in areas. But God is so good and He loves us so much, and it's a beautiful life. I'm grateful to God, even on the challenging days. Like, I've had some really exciting days lately. They're just fun. I've just been enjoying time with the saints and time with the Lord, and just enjoying things. But even on days that are challenging, that have been challenging, that will continue to be challenging, situations that are challenging, that will continue to be challenging, at least for, a season, God is still good. And sometimes, honestly, I need to watch these videos back and be like, Robin, is He not still good? So yeah, that's where we are. Once again, as per usual, this video is longer than I thought it would be, so I'm ending it here. Have a good night, you guys.